This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details. Man.
Stay connected to us. That's what you want.
Hey, can I do a little giveaway real quick?
Man, you certainly can.
Twins fans, get ready. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka are your new game day MVPs. Refreshing and just 100 calories. They're the perfect drink for a day at the ballpark. And guess what? We've got your shot at a pair of tickets to the Twins versus Royals on May 23rd, plus a Surfside prize pack. Be caller number, let's say, 13 right now to win. 800-320-5326.
Marney, on brand.
Totally on brand. Maybe that Surfside prize pack would include this crew neck that I'm wearing.
Sweet. Rocking a sweatshirt.
I don't think it'll fit me.
Well, what are you saying?
No, I'm just saying
the
it's a little
chest
small for me.
area,
Yeah. I got a big old set of
general?
jugs on me.
Yeah, yes you do.
I
They're
really
very
do,
nice
man.
hugs.
Yeah.
Perfect
Thank you.
Yeah, they're
Thank you.
perfect.
How about Buxton? How about him being healthy and just knocking the ball all
good,
over
man.
the place, huh?
Team's red hot,
How
too.
about that, man? How about it? How about your Twins, Marnes? Come on now.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it. Been waiting for him to catch a little
I
fire.
knew it was coming around. I tried to tell you guys. I never stopped believing. I'm like Journey in this joint.
It does make for a much more enjoyable summer when the Twins have some relevancy and play some meaningful games and have important series. There's just something about, summer in baseball. That'll never go away. When your baseball team is part of the mix, it's so much more fun.
So the longest winning streak in Major League Baseball this season is currently happening because the Cardinals won yesterday. They've won 9 straight, but the Twins can match that
Way on the heels.
today. So
Way on their heels.
the Dodgers have also won 8 straight. I think twice. I think 2 separate times the Dodgers have won 8 straight. But the Cardinals have a 9-game win streak. Again, the Twins have an 8-game win streak and are playing Baltimore today.
Go
Yeah,
Twins.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know what's crazy? The Twins are still 5.5 games back despite winning 8 straight. But at least we're over 500.
Yeah, it's a long season.
Yeah,
It sure
man.
is.
We're too concerned right now.
Enjoy
about
the
Wolves.
season,
It's
right,
okay,
Hawk?
but we want them to continue to be great and just stay there doing great till we get to you.
Enjoy the season.
I mean, they are a fourth of the way in already. Isn't that crazy?
Are they really?
The Twins?
yeah,
Time flies.
Already played 41 games.
when you're having fun, right, Hawk?
Or even when you're not.
That's when time seems to crawl, honestly.
Yeah, when you get to be my age, Marnes.
I'm always having fun here, though.
Time crawling is a good thing. Let's slow this thing down.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
my son's almost
Pop
5 months old.
Yeah.
He is, you're right.
We moved him out of the room for the first time last night. Now he sleeps in his own room.
You made him move into his own place?
Yep.
Is he
yep.
ready for that?
Did you
about
call
time.
a moving company
I don't know
or
where
did
he-
he do it himself?
I didn't even ask. I don't even know where he went.
Is he still on his dad's dime?
Did he start
No,
college?
he's on his grandpa's
He
dime.
started banging heaters yet?
Oh, yeah. He loves darts.
What?
There, I don't know if it was you or Cal had some photos on your Instagram, but Louis, he was sitting on the couch, like on the edge, and he had his arm up on. There was a pillow beside him. There's something about babies sitting
Yeah.
in poses like real
Yeah.
humans that is hilarious.
Yeah.
And he looked super comfortable and confident. He's just
Yeah.
like, "What's up, everybody?"
Yeah.
Have you seen the trend, like the AI, like where they put
Oh,
babies in
so
place?
good.
Have you seen the one with Slingblade? They do
Yeah,
the
I
whole
saw the one you tweeted.
Oh,
yeah.
I did. I tweeted.
Yeah.
I retweeted it, didn't I? It's the cutest thing ever.
It's so good.
got a nurse good night. It's a little baby's face. It's
so
the
good.
cutest thing. I can't stand it. I love it. I've watched it probably 3,000
Yeah.
times. It's the only thing that makes me happy.
It's so good.
Your therapist goes, have you tried AI baby Slingblade?
Yeah.
Man, what do you got a nerd?
That'll work.
Fix my brain.
I'll take. What does he say? I'll take the large side. What
He
does
goes, I'd take a big one.
It's so good.
Some of that AI stuff is so creepy in how good it is and can be. The babies, obviously, we know it's not real, but
Oh, sorry, Hawk.
for example, I saw my uncle a couple of weeks ago at a family event, and he was like, actually, it was after we played the Lakers, so that series was done, so whatever that timeline is. And he goes, I just watched a video. LeBron said he's retiring, and he wishes he would have never gone to the Lakers. And I said, what? I go, what? And he goes, yeah, I can't believe it. He's going to catch hell for that. And he was not kidding.
Right.
And I said, well, that's not a real video. And he's, I got to watch that again.
Old people are gullible.
Well,
Yeah, what
he's
a dumbass.
not. I mean, he's in his 70s, but he's not like 100.
The problem is it's not just old people. It's people. All of us can fall victim to stuff, but that is real. That's a real problem. Man.
Yeah.
Media
That is a
literacy
real problem.
needs to be a thing in schools, like ASAP.
That is a real problem, and it needs to. There are people who need to go back to school, and it's a real problem, man.
It really is.
Yeah.
And again, like I know I've said this a million times, but this is like the dial-up AOL instant messenger version of artificial intelligence right now.
Right.
Like,
Oh, boy.
Think about how fast the internet like took off and how quickly it became the wild, wild west. Like this AI stuff is going to be crazy over the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. When I got a baby doing Slingblade lines, and I'm like, that is the greatest thing I've ever
God,
seen.
you just love it.
I love it. I
Yeah.
just can't help it because it's cute, and I can do the voice.
Do the voice again.
Buddy got in there. Good day.
It's so good.
I can't stand it. I love it. All right, I got to do news. Hold on. Here we go.
Isn't French fried taters?
Yeah.
Isn't that how he always said that?
And you give me them French fried taters.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It'll get worse.
You want me to
Give it
read
6 months.
the whole menu to you?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, not from Slingblade. Do you have the full menu from this restaurant down the street here in St. Louis Park?
I do. Do you want to hear it?
Well, doesn't Rosie have a sandwich on that menu named after him?
I'm going to mix two different things.
Yeah,
here.
can't wait.
2 bits together?
Yeah, ready?
Can't wait.
Oh, that's the guy that owns the restaurant.
Oh, he's here.
How's it going, man?
We got them French fried taters.
You got to get closer to the microphone, man.
Yeah,
We can't hear you.
Rosie,
But
move.
so
You can put the French fried taters in the menu.
no,
Rosie.
are you the one that named the sandwich after Mark Rosen? I don't think you can hear me.
No, why isn't Rosie moving?
I don't know. The guy sounds like the guy from Slingblade. I would love to talk to this guy, but he can't hear me.
Did Slingblade just say some people like to diddle?
Where is this restaurant located? What's the address, buddy?
What? That didn't happen to me. But I got a good friend who would do.
Why won't Rosie just move and let the guy have headphones and a microphone?
He's doing bits within a bit.
Let me tell you how I feel the same way you feel, because I have a friend who would do the same thing.
This is bit inception.
That was
Inception.
So good. Bravo, Hawk.
That was the multiverse of bits.
Yeah, I freaked myself out.
Jeez.
Here's the deal.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Thank you, St. Paul Saints. Saints hit the road. We got a 6-game series against the Iowa Cubs at Principal Park tonight. They're 20-15. Andrew Morris starts for St. Paul. First pitch, 6:38, in case you want to head down there. We'll let you know when the lovely St. Paul Saints are back in St. Paul at CHS Field. Check out saintsbaseball.com. Go, Saints. Thank you. Nearly every county in Minnesota is under a red flag warning due to extreme wildfire risk. The warning covers 80 of the state's 87 counties. There's been a radio host warning as well to be real careful when saying red flag.
Flag.
Yeah,
Yeah, be real careful.
careful with that.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Careful with that. You're talking about basketball. Careful with that Knickerbocker too. Doris Burke
yeah.
ran into that
I
last
had
night.
to stop worrying. Oh, no, really?
Yeah. If you
Jeez.
Oh, no.
look it up.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Obvious
Yeah.
mistake, but what a terrible thing. The governor has sent the National Guard to assist with firefighting efforts. I spent way too much time when I should have been sleeping last night watching helicopters dropping giant amounts of water on fires. It's an incredible thing. What a dangerous, dangerous job to fly into that smoke cloud and drop that water, but what a necessary thing. I wish I knew how to do that so I could be a hero. But instead, I tell fart jokes.
Which is heroic in a completely different way.
Well, I'm real good at the Slingblade voice. What
Yeah.
else am I good at?
You're good at doing Watto
And sex.
and the Rosie sandwich bit. Wow.
You're a DIY guy.
Yeah.
That could be your
Diddle
Tinder
under
bio. I'm great at doing the Watto voice and sex.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I want to be on Tinder, not for dates, just to see if anybody ever would swipe right. Ever. Just once.
Oh, of course they would. You're handsome.
That's real sweet of you.
Yeah, isn't it weird? Part of me says, like, I'm also morbidly
Obese.
and curious, right? Super curious. But what if it does go the wrong way?
I know.
What if it is just crickets? You're like, I don't want to be back in the game. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Just too much like high school.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to relive that. High school sucked.
What if I put this on my Twitter profile? What do you got in there? It's a good day.
Yeah, do that.
Do they have an audio version?
I don't know. Max?
Sure. Yeah, you can make it. You can make it as audio as you want.
Okay.
Hawk, what do you always tell us? That life is show prep.
That's
Yeah,
right.
sign up
Life
for
is
it.
show prep. You're right. That's
And
true.
that is your sign. You should do it because the bits that would come out of that and the content.
Yeah.
All right, but again, a true test would be a non-Minneapolis Tinder account.
Oh, yeah. Good point. You're
Because
right. Yeah.
I mean, humble
actually a good
brag,
idea.
you're a noteworthy person in this region. You would get attention if you went to just throw a dart. I don't know, southwest corner of the states. Let's see how you do in New Mexico. That would be the true test.
You can do the Tinder passport thing, where if you pay for it, you can technically do Tinder anywhere that there's
Oh,
Tinder.
he's definitely going to pay
I'm
for
not
that.
afraid of spending money.
Yeah, he ain't scared.
You know what? Here's the thing, Corey. I'll do it for the show.
Yeah, do it.
What a team player!
I am a team player.
He is going to crush the state of Idaho.
Yeah.
Why does Hawk keep flying to Idaho?
Buckle up, Boise.
Yep. Here we go.
It's all for the show.
Marco Yarich is coming to town.
Oh, jeez, do you remember that? You remember
Yeah.
that Marco
Yeah, I do.
wave?
Do you have
My
any,
God.
not personal, obviously, but do you have any more stories about that? Because that entices me.
That Marco crushed the entire Twin Cities.
Like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Some
No,
people
I just-
still ain't walking right.
I remember him
Got in there to eat.
he was about to go into a game and he didn't have his jersey on, or he had the wrong jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I
was
remember
it?
that.
He didn't have his jersey on. I think he just had his undershirt.
I think it was that. He was always late. He was a disaster. God, they had some horrible basketball teams
Yep.
that Rosie and I would go watch, and you'd be like, it's a Friday night. There's maybe 5,000 people here. Half the players don't care. Darko wouldn't get up from the bench and they'd call a timeout and he'd just sit back like this with his hands in his pockets. Wasn't even part of the team. Now they're outstanding. But God, we went through a lot of hell.
We deserve this, right?
Yes,
we do.
Yep.
They were the worst sports franchise ever, and now
They
they're
really were.
outstanding.
They were
Yeah.
in the conversation
Yes.
for the worst franchise in North American professional sports history. That's how bad this was.
Yep.
And I always say, like, look, I was going to 30, 35 games a year, but guess who was going to 41? Marney Gellner.
Me.
Yeah.
Marney was at all
I was actually
of
going
them.
to close to 82 because I
Good
was doing
point.
the road games.
That's a
as
really
well.
good point.
For 10 years. I worked at full time for 10 years. Yeah. So I saw a lot of basketball. But I also saw the 04 team, 03-04. So I saw that run of the Western Conference Finals. I was in Los Angeles for those games when it all went down. I was at the Sacramento series before that. I worked every game. Because we didn't get many, we didn't lose many games to TNT. Like games that we can't work
Good
on the
point.
broadcast side
Good
in
point.
those years.
Yeah.
What?
And now we have obviously started to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go in person to Game 5 tomorrow. And I can't remember the last time I went to a Wolves game as a fan. And I don't know if I ever have. That honest to God's truth. Better call Mama.
Yeah.
I'm going to be calling my mom.
That's going to be awesome. They're going to close it out tomorrow.
It feels like
They're
I'm
11
be-
point favorites.
11?
11 and a
Oh,
half.
man.
Yeah.
Lana?
Lana.
What is your mom's name? Linus?
Why, you're looking her up on Tinder?
Linus.
What is it? What is it?
You're close.
I know. It's
You're
right
close.
there. Lilo?
Yeah, and Stitch.
Luann.
LaQuisha?
It starts with L, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Lulu?
You are dancing
I know
all around it.
Lois?
Bugs Bunny has a girlfriend named this.
Dolly?
There's a song with this title.
Lola!
There you go.
Got it.
Thank you. That was it. Darn it. Tell Lola I said hi.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
I will. And then I'll tell Josh Duhamel you said hi to when I see him tonight at the game.
Is he going to be
What?
there? Or tomorrow, you think?
He's been sitting in front row
tomorrow
a
night,
bunch.
Yeah. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's with our Bell Bank friends. And guess who got
Well, he's one of
an
us.
invite? Ooh, this guy.
So wait, you're sitting front row?
Well, I don't think I land in the hierarchy of front row. I'll probably be second row.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's where
Yeah.
KOC sits.
Yeah.
You know,
Second
All
row
right,
behind
I'll
the
take
bench.
Yeah.
I was the very first Bell Bank representative, and I had to let you kids take the good seats and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of you.
I was a groundbreaker.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did I mention it's first time ever? So it's not like I'm up in here just all
They'll
living the
work their
high
way down to
life.
me.
Well, I mean, those seats are available to anyone.
To anybody.
so
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just you.
I don't think that's accurate.
No, they are.
Who's another?
It feels like-
is Ben still a Bell Bank?
Of course he is, yeah.
Champion.
So
Bell Bank champion, yeah.
God, astonishing run for the three of you.
I was the first
Thank you.
ever. I still feel pride in that.
No, but it's an astonishing run for the three of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is the
Let's
for the
not
three of
let's
us.
not single out
Yeah.
anybody.
No,
Yep.
no.
Yep. Hey, question, complete non sequitur, but I had this thought the other day and I completely forgot to ask. Did Duty Eby ever play for us?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He did. What? Did he have a good career?
No.
Okay.
No.
But he definitely played.
Because I know that soundbite much better than I
Yeah.
even know what he looked
Yeah.
like.
And again,
Oh, yeah.
that's when
Yeah.
I was still going to the
Correct.
games all the time, and I will never forget sitting media row, which is right by the Wolves bench, and during a game, a gal that Indy Eby was dating, air quotes,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
and that was the gal that I was crossing my fingers she was 18 because he was like 19 or 20 at the time too, but she was very
She
young.
definitely was.
Let's hope she was.
She certainly was.
She was at the games all the time with her mom. I couldn't tell how old she was.
How was her mom? I mean, is
You
she
need
okay?
to calm down.
You need to take 5.
But there was a gal. Do you remember the story, Marns? There was a gal who returned, whether it was a Blu-ray or DVD is irrelevant, returned a movie to Indy Eby while he was sitting on the bench.
Was it a movie he had directed?
I
if you
don't
know what
think
I mean?
so. No, I don't think so. But the
Yeah.
Wolf security was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm just giving it back to him. Not during the game, you dummy." And of course, the look on his face was, "Get out of here! What are you doing?" He seemed super embarrassed, and she was like, What's wrong with this? You don't get to return. This isn't Blockbuster."
No, come on.
But he needed
lost.
that copy of Undercover Brother.
Yeah.
Oh, she was very confused by security. He was like, "Don't go anywhere near the players during the game."
Wow.
Miss. You remember that or not, Marns? No?
I don't know that I saw it happen. I remember I've heard you tell this story, but
I was front row for the whole thing and laughed my ass off. I'm like, is this really happening?
That place was a punchline for 10
It
years.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, there was only like 20 of us there, so it probably felt like, hey, we're all friends. Can't I
Yeah.
just return the movie to him?
Correct.
It really was like that.
Yeah.
You could, if you were in 117, you could talk to somebody in 217.
Oh, yeah. It
There was no people there.
No, the upper deck wasn't even available.
Hey, how y'all doing up there?
No, remember, we would hear stories like that. Once in a while, they'd be like, well, security made this person go back up to the upper deck. Why?
Why?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Let the guy who's spending $7 sit in the $12
Right.
seats.
Yeah,
who
who
cares?
now look at us now.
And look at us
Exactly.
now. Now we have a chance to legitimately
Oh,
win the
man.
title this year because the path is right in front of us.
Come on
It's
now.
looking good. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it when we get back, Marns. Let's do
Talk
sports and
about it.
can't wait to hear your thoughts on a 3-1 series lead for your Minnesota Timberwolves. Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
Hey you, how have you been? It's been a long time since I was 18.
Attention, Minnesota. ZZ Top is bringing their iconic rock sound to the Ledge Amphitheater on June 12th. Don't miss out on this epic concert. Win your way in by checking out our contest page at KFAN.com. Keyword contest.
How cool would that be? Yeah, I'd like to see that as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Weren't you going to drive to Illinois to see him?
Yeah, I was.
And now
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have to drive nearly
I don't. No, I do- I do
6 or
not.
7
You're right.
hours.
I do love that band. I do love that band.
Where'd you say it was, Max? Was it? Did you say
The
the
Ledge.
Ledge?
Yeah.
Dude,
The
that
Ledge,
place is
yeah.
a little hidden gem, man.
It really is.
I like the Ledge.
What a beauty.
seen a couple of shows there. I've seen 311 there and Incubus there, and they both shredded.
And
Place is great, man. Outdoor music is tough to beat.
Whoever's booking that venue is doing a good job because they've got everything from like blues artists to heavy metal artists, everything. It's just a great job, and I'm looking forward to that. I hope I don't have a gig that night. I probably do. But you know what? It's okay because right now we're going to talk.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Thank you, All Around. Marty, they did it!
The Minnesota Timberwolves have a 3-1 lead after beating the Warriors 117-110, and it wasn't even that close. A 17-0 run in the third quarter helped them pull away, and Ant was on fire. He had 16 in that quarter, and he finished with 30, but Julius Randle was dominant again and led the team with 31. The Wolves outscored the Warriors 39-17 in the third quarter. The Wolves are 11.5-point favorites in tomorrow's game 5.
11.5?
11.5, and they are minus 625 to win the game. They're minus 4,000 to win the series.
Yeah, man, it's over. Martin's at 39-17 third quarter.
Yep, that was it.
Biggest point differential in a quarter in Wolves playoff history, plus 22.
Ooh. Not a lot of history to challenge for that record.
Fair.
But still significant. And that's the stretch you need in a game like this because we have not dominated the Warriors yet. And I feel like we want to see that. Of course you do. You want to see, because on paper, we are such a better team than the Steph Curry-less Golden State Warriors. So to see that spurt, that 9+ minute spurt in the third quarter, or just take the third as a whole, the Wolves shot 65% in the third quarter. The Warriors shot 37% in the third quarter. That's what you need. Then even if you play even the rest of the game, as long as you have a 17-0 run or something dominant like that, there you go. There's your game. So that was awesome to see. And although Ant was not great in the first half, as long as he can have that and show that he has these stretches where he's pretty much unguardable by this team, he's going to get his. He had 16 points in 9 minutes. 9 minutes and 17 seconds. I mean, that's incredible. And you don't have to do it the entire game. No. So there you go. There is your game. That was it. And Julius Randle apparently had a sinus infection and still ended up with 31 points. We'll take that.
Fantastic. Right.
So good.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker was awesome. We needed that because he's had a weird playoff so far. Dante was kind of a disaster. That's frustrating, but still, got to hope he comes around.
Naz Reid. Got to come around a little bit, but
our bench has been really rocky and really inconsistent.
Up and down. That's it. But someone like Jaden McDaniels, you look at his line. Okay, had 10 points. Okay, fine, but he played 40 minutes of good defense, and he had only 2 rebounds in the first half, 10 rebounds in the second half, and that is a good indicator of someone going, "We got to change this," or you need to make it an emphasis. Something happened. Something changed to get 10 rebounds in the second half, or 11. He finished with 13. I thought he had 12. I'm looking at it now. It's 13. So either way, 9 in the first half, 11 in the second. Okay, that's big. That's contributing where you can contribute. Thank you. Hopefully we found something repeatable in that third quarter.
And how about the stat line for Rudy Gobert? 30 minutes, 2 for 4, 8 points, 6 boards. And you're like, well, if Rudy's not going to score, he better have 20 rebounds and 7 blocks and be... How about that for an unbelievably misleading defensive stat line? Because there were so many shots that he altered that even the TV broadcast pointed out, like, man, if you look at the last 3 or 4 Golden State possessions, there are no blocks that got recorded. Right. There are no rebounds that Rudy Gobert got. Right. Nothing that he did was a, quote, stat, but he dramatically changed the arc of a bunch of shots. And there was a really good stretch where he was a defensive force without filling the stat line. Yeah. Now, offensively... Man, these 9 games, outside of Game 5 against the Lakers, where he just could not be stopped, he is an offensive liability. But defensively, that's still why they got him here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Let Randall and Ant do all the scoring. Never run the offense through Rudy, right? That's just like, oh, boy, here we go. But once in a while, you got to find him for a lob. Once in a while, he's going to get a little 2-foot jumper over Draymond. Man, that has to piss Draymond off.
Oh, that block.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, the block was epic.
And somebody pointed out they better show that on repeat when he joins the TNT bit.
Yeah.
Just that block, he had to have loved that. That he wouldn't have cared if he scored 50. If he got that block on Draymond, which was great.
Marnes, I keep saying that's the best part of this run so far. The Wolves are 7-2 this postseason, and we still haven't played our best game, and we still have 3 or 4 players that can't get the consistency down. Right, we're getting almost nothing out of Dante. He's detrimental most of the time he's out there. When he's been awesome when he's healthy this year, he's kind of a train wreck right now, and we're still winning. Rudy can't do anything on offense, still winning. Jaden's offense has mostly disappeared. Right, he was okay last night, but again, just 10 points. But we haven't had a 25 game out of him lately.
No.
You
Still
can
winning.
look at it either way, and I
Either
love
way.
that you're looking at it glass half full. You're saying half of your regular
That's the
rotation
kind of guy
guys
he
are
is.
struggling a little
That's what
bit,
I'm known for.
Yeah.
and you're spinning it to the positive.
That's who
You're
he
the
is.
Because
optimist.
when this group
that
of 8,
clicks.
when all 8
Yep.
are locked in, I still think we're just as good as anybody in the league, and especially if you look at the teams that are left with Boston and Cleveland on the brink of being out now. This group of 8 can absolutely compete with anybody that's remaining. They just have to have all
They need to be a group of 8.
The
and not 4.
inconsistency we've seen against the Lakers and the Warriors, I don't think is going to work against OKC or Denver. I think you have to have your A game or A- game for 6 or 7 games. You're going to come up short.
Yeah.
But we're getting away with it because the Lakers aren't very deep and the Warriors are hurt.
Yep. Fair. All fair, all valid points. You just hope that it does click as you move throughout the series.
Yep.
And we've seen it. We've seen it too many times to think anything other than that. So I have complete confidence in that. I'm with you, Corey. And by the way, tomorrow night, the Wolves have a chance to close out a playoff series at home for the first time in 21 years. Because last season, we swept the Suns, and the 2 games in Phoenix were games 3 and 4. So that series ended there. Game 7 in Denver, epic comeback finish, was in Denver. And then
good point.
those were the 2 series that we won. So we have not closed out a playoff series since 2004 at home.
How about 16 of 34 from 3, right? 47%.
That's pretty. That's
great.
I mean, it's hard to lose a game when you're shooting 47 from 3. That's fantastic.
We'll take it.
Ant was 6 of 11. Randall 4 of 8.
Yeah, he's really been shooting well.
He's
from
so
deep.
good, man.
And he didn't. That was not a great shot for him throughout the regular season, and it's been a good shot in the playoffs.
Can I ask you a stupid question?
I hope you will.
Is Naz Reid always this good from 3? Because when he shoots from 3, it looks like, why is that big guy taking that 3?
Yeah, he's very good from 3.
I think he's shooting
So good.
At least a couple games ago, they had said something like he's shooting close to 50% from 3 throughout
In
the
the
playoffs.
postseason?
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd.
Do big men shoot that well from 3 that often?
These days,
Yeah,
these
really?
days, yeah.
It's an essential part of being a big man. Basically, it's the new modern NBA. I mean, the Spurs.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, the Spurs have a guy that's 7'4" that doesn't take it into the paint.
Who is?
Oh, Hawk. Yeah, Hawk knows.
SZA?
Oh, talk about someone I'm trying to take into the paint.
Yeah. SZA.
Is that a lady?
Yes, it's a lady.
God, very attractive place.
I just looked up
ornate.
Naz Reid postseason 3-point percentage, 48.8. So 49% from 3 in the playoffs.
I do want to see SZA in a basketball game, though.
I said, is that a lady? And Corey was like, yes. He was so disappointed in me. Yes, it's a lady.
Yeah.
She's got what's that? She's got a song that's got like
what's it called?
I think it's
Hawk?
called Julia. Honestly, it's like an '80s synth bit. It's kind of it's a slammer.
She's got a
Is
lot
that
of
the name of it,
bangers.
Julia?
man. Yeah,
Is
she
she on
goes.
Saturday
Yeah,
Live?
yeah.
I don't know.
She's on tour with Kendrick Lamar right now.
Is this the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
It is. That's right. Yep.
God, great song.
Thank you.
No, this is the song that his grandmother hated.
Oh.
Just one of them. I have a big announcement when we come back, guys.
What?
Yeah, big
Oh, hell yeah.
Big
Of an announcement? Or
no, it's an
of
actual announcement. An actual announcement. Yeah, something was embargoed until a little bit ago, and I can tell you about it. We're going to have a special
Exciting.
guest in a little bit to talk about it.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right, more of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.
That's gonna be alright.
Country Morning Show. 746. Bradco always brings you Vikings news right here. And we have not a lot going on. We know that minicamp about to start. They just had rookie camp, all that jazz. But it's dead Marnes. Are you ready for this?
It's dead?
No, what? What's dead? What's dead?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
He said instant.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Farm Aid.
Hell yeah.
Kicking off year-long 40th anniversary celebration with Minneapolis Music and Food Festival September 20th. You heard me. Farm Aid is heading to, I bet that's who's calling me on my phone right now. Farm Aid is heading to Minnesota for the first time for its 40th anniversary festival, Saturday, September 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Oh, cool.
That's right. The full day of music, family farmers, homegrown food, and agricultural experiences will feature performances from Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, Dave Matthews.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
Margot Price, Billy Strings, Nathaniel Ratliff, and the Night Sweats, Trampled by Turtles.
Oh,
Trampled by Turtles.
TTs.
Dope.
And, dope is right. And we're going to have one of the bigwigs, Farm Aid co-executive director Jennifer Fahey, stop by here in the 8 o'clock hour. And I believe that might have been who was just calling me. But how cool is that? And Martin, here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing. As a young man in the year 1990, I went to Farm Aid 4 in Indianapolis, Indiana. I hadn't thought about this in years. I specifically went, Corey, because Guns N' Roses was playing, and I'd never seen them. And I wanted to see Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, in 1990.
In 1990,
yes.
Right. Yeah. And here's what I saw that I don't remember seeing. I'm embarrassed to tell you guys this. I was 19 years old, okay? I should have been smarter than this. I was not. Marnie, here we go. I saw on Saturday, April 7th, 1990, at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana, the following artists. Because they all played like 4 songs. Alan Jackson, Arlo Guthrie, Asleep at the Wheel, Bill Monroe, Billy Joe Shaver, Bonnie Raitt, Bruce Hornsby, Carl Perkins, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Wow.
Don Henley.
Wow.
Don Williams, Dwight Yoakam, Elton John, Garth Brooks.
Oh my God.
Iggy Pop, Jackson Brown.
What?
I know. John Denver, John Hyatt, John Mellencamp, John Prine.
That's a lot of Johns.
Wow.
Katie Oslin, Kathy Mattea, Chris Christopherson, I should say, Lou Reed, Lyle Lovett, Neil Young, Poco, Ricky Van Shelton, Steve Earle, Taj Mahal, the Kentucky Headhunters, Tom Kiefer, Was Not Was, and Willie Nelson. I saw all those bands when I was 19 years old.
In one day?
In one day.
That's insane.
And I had, if you would ask me before I looked this up yesterday, I would never have known that I saw Lou Reed in concert once.
That's sweet, dude.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it would quite literally cost you about $10,000 to see all those bands.
Yeah.
The equivalent of all those bands in today's day and age.
I never knew that I saw John Denver.
Is there a chance you didn't? Is there a chance you were hooking up with some skank in a porta potty?
I was there with my girlfriend, so I was with my skank. And by that point, she wasn't hooking up with me in porta potties anymore.
So you saw John Denver before he took flight lessons, or what?
I did. Apparently, he never did take flight lessons. I saw Lou Reed, man. By the way, I saw Steven Adler's final concert ever with Guns N' Roses was that day.
Wow.
I didn't know that till this morning.
Man.
So that's the kind of thing you get with Farm Aid. And it's coming to Huntington Bank Stadium September 20th. How cool is that?
Do you feel like there are pictures of that day? Did you and your buddies take photos of any of the artists, or like you guys hanging out by the stage, or in a sea of 100,000 people? Is there photographic evidence? Not just evidence, but that you could look back and go, oh yeah, I was wearing this. Remember that?
There is no evidence of any kind because we didn't have cell phones, obviously. So we would have had to have a camera. And I did not have one.
Okay.
And it was, this sounds odd, but you didn't really take cameras to concerts back then.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So no, there's no photographic evidence. Think about that.
Yeah.
I saw Chris Christopherson.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So nuts. Lou Reed, especially. That's
I know,
insane.
Lou freaking Reed.
Yeah, that's insane.
Sauce, you get to see Dave.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm definitely going to go. Yeah, Dave
man.
and Tim Reynolds will be A+.
And if you guys think I'm not going to hit this lady up to try to get on that bill,
Yeah.
even if I have to play outside Huntington Bank Stadium, I am definitely going to do that. So
Yeah.
you guys know I'm about to embarrass myself.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Just be ready for
Go
it.
for it.
Yeah,
You said Tim Reynolds is going to be there as well?
yeah.
What about Larry?
Larry Reynolds will be there.
Larry
Okay.
can't make it that day.
What?
No, and he doesn't believe in farmers.
No.
Amen, brother.
Even though he doesn't think they exist.
Wow.
He's a conspiracy
What
theorist.
about Ryan?
Is this the purpose of farming?
I think we let Court Amen brother slip by the wayside.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate?
Yeah.
Pass.
Oh, Dave, welcome in. I can't believe you're playing Farm Aid. Thank you for being here.
Oh, hi, Mom. It's my birthday.
It's your birthday? Wow, you're really still great. You still got it.
You're terrible at that.
You have to admit that's pretty good.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Oh, I just got a text.
What?
Oh, no.
A Warner Music Group just sued us for $10,000.
It was that good? I nailed it. I
that
thought it was
good.
the
They
real
thought it was
song.
That's right. That's what happens.
What?
Yeah, that's his Christmas song. He said ho ho.
That was satellite acoustic. You can hear that at Huntington Bank Stadium at some point.
Man,
Can't wait.
it's
gonna be great.
I saw Jackson Brown, and I would have told you I never saw him in concert. But I did. I was just too dumb to know it.
And looking for skanks.
No, I told you.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, you're right. Who am I fooling?
That's a very eclectic list.
Oh,
too.
yeah, man.
You had some hard rockers and you had some country legends in there and everything in between.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's too many people.
show.
This list is shorter and tighter and nicer, right? Let's go. About 10. About 10.
Okay.
We don't
Well,
need
I don't-
40 bands.
I do. Well, first of all, they need 11 then, because. But yeah, no, I'm sure there'll be other artists they just haven't announced yet.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure there will be, because that is kind of the bit, man. You get as many on there as possible. Elton
I wonder
John.
what security is like at
It's pretty
events like
lax.
this. Yeah, I would think.
You got to have a real ID to
They
get in.
usually have like a bright colored shirt.
Yep.
And they're facing away from the stage.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's
They got a radio.
You have a bunch of guys who seem to just kind of be there, and then you have one guy who takes it way too
Yep.
seriously.
Way too seriously.
One guy who looks like it's his Vietnam.
And there's some guys that aren't.
Right?
Maybe Chris, maybe you can do this. There's some bands that aren't big enough to play the main stage, so they basically are in charge of like running the pony rides.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do
outside of
that.
the stadium.
Absolutely,
Huck
yeah.
will do that.
Making
I
sure
love
kids
ponies.
don't stay on longer than like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Before they throw a
I'll
massive
be the Joe
tantrum.
Dirt of Farm Aid.
Exactly.
That's
Paul,
me.
your hands up.
It's official.
Oh no.
I can't.
Ladies
have
and
kids.
gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Is this Vikings news? Very well done, Debbie Downer.
Brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Go for it.
For the first time in NFL history, according to our guy Tom Pelissero, I don't know if he reports or not, the Minnesota Vikings will play 2 consecutive international games in 2 different countries. The Vikings will face the Browns in London at 9:30. Sorry, this is an
Other way around.
No, hold on, Cor. Hold on. They will face.
Everybody be cool.
I screwed it up. They will face the Steelers in Dublin at 9:30 Eastern on September 28th, and then a week later they will face the Browns in London at 9:30.
So we've talked about it in the last
official.
couple of weeks since we heard this was a rumor and that it was percolating. Again, the Jags played back-to-back games in England last year.
Right.
So
But both in England.
cool.
Yeah.
Both in right, but this will be the first time we go back-to-back separate countries from Ireland to England,
Exciting.
consecutive weekends. First team to ever do it, the Minnesota Vikings.
Exciting. So we have
Pretty
week
cool.
4, week 5, September 28th and October 5th, 8:30 local time. Second time, by the way, that we've played Cleveland in London.
Right.
Yeah, the first game we went to, that's who they played.
2017 or so. And this is what? Is this now the 4th London game in about 8 years?
Yeah.
Right? Give or take?
It doesn't say, but it has to be the same stadium, I would guess, right?
Tottenham, yeah.
it has to be Tottenham.
Yeah.
That's what we heard last
So
week.
back-to-back years, just that alone of going back-to-back years
Yeah.
is big.
Yeah.
But to do it and also make NFL history as being the first team to play in 2 different countries.
Yep.
Yes,
pretty
they're
neat, man.
close,
Let's
but
go.
it's still a big deal.
It still is. It still is. I cannot even imagine the amount of work that's going to happen from those people down there at TCO. But
Pretty cool.
they do a great
The
job.
logistics
Great
are
job,
just, they should
Paul,
make a video of it.
Your hand is still up.
All these games are being announced. The first game in Spain will be the Dolphins and the Commanders on November 16th.
Sweet.
Yep. There you go.
So
Good for Spain.
So it goes Sao Paulo, Dublin, London, and London, and then Berlin, Madrid this year.
So cool.
Have they played in Berlin for a regular season before?
Yeah, I think they did.
Was that last year?
Yeah,
They
did
did
they
that?
play in Berlin last year?
Okay, yes.
Germany at least. I don't know. If
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Munich for sure, right? Wasn't that the
Chiefs played last year.
Chiefs and
That sounds right.
Like Chiefs Dolphins or something like
Seahawks or
that.
something?
Bengal, Lion,
Some
Shark.
NFL team, right?
Niner.
Marnes, you've never been to Europe.
Yeah, and
Dublin,
then I'm not going to go this fall.
London.
I love you guys, but I've got to.
Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't invited.
Awkward.
yeah. Well,
I mean, you don't have to turn down a non-invitation.
sorry, Daddy.
You don't have to RSVP, no
All right.
VP.
Wow.
Perfect. Then it works for everyone.
I can't tell you how, like, again, I have to go back and cut up the initials highlights every week, right, to put them on Instagram and stuff and Twitter. I laughed so hard when Chris burned you on Friday in front of Brian O'Neill when we were talking about something, or we were talking about one of the answers, and you said, you're like, oh, I didn't have that at all. I was like, in my head, I was in a bank line, and Chris was, oh, great story. Just the look of defeat on your face when he just cut you off and said, oh, great story. I must have laughed for 30 seconds, and I must have rewatched it about 40 times.
How about the time I started to say, how many times have I sat here? And then I just paused because I was, taking a breath. And he's like, too many!
Too many.
Hawk has been burning with love since the 80s.
Yeah, it's right.
So true.
And I do it out of love. You're like my sister. Right?
All right, so
Great.
Vikes going to Dublin and London back-to-back weeks.
Ooh, that's exciting for
this
me.
season. That is pretty cool.
I can't wait.
You can find out all the information you need at Vikings.com/international.
Excited.
Full schedule for the entire league gets announced tomorrow night. But again, the international games are out. All the other big-time holiday games are starting to leak out or officially get announced, right? Because a lot of those channels are allowed to do it now. So those will leak out over the next 24 hours in the full schedule tomorrow night.
And even though, all kidding aside, that as a Vikings fan is something you legitimately could plan a really cool trip around. And there will be vacation packages. For
sure.
There'll be all that kind of stuff. If I didn't have kids in high school in fall sports.
Yeah.
And I got invited.
Yeah, right.
I think that would be an awesome trip.
It's
so
certainly would.
very cool for Vikings fans.
And again, there are a lot of people out there. Obviously, goes without saying. You don't have to go to both games.
For sure.
If you've been to London before and you've never been to Dublin, it is a spectacular city.
Great
and it would
stadium.
be a great place. What stadium?
The Dublin one is?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Have you been in it?
Well, actually, no, I don't know if that's the one that they're playing in. They're not playing the one that they play the Notre Dame game.
Playing at
Okay, got it. Yep, right.
CROKE Park.
My mistake. I don't know where that is.
Croke Park.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah,
Croke Park.
Massive.
there must be a lot of frogs there.
Oh.
You love
Or
frogs.
dead people.
You're back on the list. You're in.
Dead frogs. The 8 o'clock hour of the Power 212 after this on the Fan.